Coffee is a morning beverage favorite that is consumed by millions worldwide. Globally, it goes by many names, including cafe, cup of joe, the bean tea, liquid zip, brown yes, mommy's big time yum juice, and that stuff that goes great with waffles. American doctors, bribed by the Folgers Corporation, recommend a breakfast of 3 cups of coffee and nothing else each morning to provide you with all the nutritious caffeine and dehydration you need to start your day. As you may already know, coffee comes from a bean that is picked from the coffee plant. In a recent survey of all the beans ranked, coffee came in number 1 thanks to its bold flavor and superior wet taste. Take that, kidney beans! And also pinto. Coffee is grown and harvested in warm climates the world over. Major exporters include Brazil, Colombia, Indonesia, and other poor countries that America can exploit to ensure rock-bottom prices. After being picked, the coffee beans must first be shoveled and then raked out to dry in the sun. Then they are shoveled again, sorted by some women and females only, shoveled, sorted again, reshoveled, placed back on the plant to reintroduce moisture, caressed lovingly, and finally shoveled once more. The result is a tradition rich in the lore of faraway places, conveniently shipped to you so it can be consumed in the classic manner of just smelling it only with just your nose parts. The invigorating aroma provides everything the traditionalist coffee connoisseur requires. However, modern tastes have evolved to include other methods of coffee consumption, including drinking it, and also splashing some of it into your face a little. Around the world, they consume this beverage in its many exotic forms. In Paris, the preferred drinks are café au laits, which are comprised of half coffee and half original flavor Lay's potato chips. In Venice, they partake in cappuccino, like café au lait, but topped with whipped cream and wood shavings from old and rotten gondola boats. In Vienna, the Australians drink coffee the Australian way, lukewarm and swimming in mayonnaise. Istanbul's Turkish coffee is extra strong and spiced with the potent tears of small children. And Latin America famously brews their beans through a dirty sock to deliver an especially pungent blend. But no matter where you are, it's always coffee. How then do we make the perfect cup of coffee to our taste? Success lies in a single word: care. Care is the word care with an extra R in it. Because when you make coffee, you want to be really careful. There are 3 simple ingredients that go into coffee: water, coffee, and donkeys. I mean time. With these ingredients, care will produce a perfect result every time. To make a good cup of coffee, your coffee pot must be clean. Use a brush to rinse out any rat urine that may have accumulated overnight from the very large rat infestation that lives within the walls of your home. Once clean, it's time to add the water. But how much water? And from what source? Will sink water suffice? Or should you visit a nearby swamp to cultivate a more natural flavor? The choice is yours. Consider sampling waters from a variety of sources to find the perfect flavor for your own particular palate. Here are just a few ideas to get you excited about customizing your own special brew. Now for the coffee itself. And again, questions. Which grind do I use? What flavor profile do I want? Can squirrels drink coffee? Should I give a coffee to some squirrels? Would they like the taste of it? Does Cheep Cheep the squirrel that lives in my backyard want coffee? If so, how much? And how often? Should I buy a squirrel-sized cup that says coffee on it? Or simply let them drink out of a regular human-sized coffee cup that was made for human beings? These and other questions can only be answered by you, and perhaps the squirrels. Personal preferences vary, so be adventurous and sample as many brands as possible. Regardless of brand, the next step is to measure the correct amount of coffee grounds. When pouring, always cover the central air spout. This prevents contamination from trickster spirits such as Loki, Pan, and Sly Gary, who are keen to infect your coffee with the curse of bad taste. Place the coffee grounds into boiling water and the brewing process can begin to start. It begins, and now it can start to become It's coffee. The third element is time, and it too must be measured with Crayer. Yes, it's true. That same hated tick of the second hand that you so hated earlier today is now your friend. It is a sad irony that the ingredient of time marches you simultaneously towards a great cup of coffee and also towards your inevitable painful death. A death that is with each second growing closer and closer. While the coffee brews, you'll have 6 to 8 minutes to contemplate your depressing morbidity. Or you could take this time to do something productive for once in your life, you lazy sack. Some good ideas include getting ready for your day, punishing your terrible children, writing a thank you letter to the coffee salesman that sold you your coffee, and banging repeatedly on your kitchen walls to stop the constant scratching and squeaking noises of the hundreds of rats that live within. Once brewed, remove the coffee grounds. Like your art school diploma, they are now worthless and should be thrown in the trash because there is no point in keeping such a laughably useless thing. Other popular methods for preparing coffee grounds include the drip method, the vacuum method, snorting them through a rolled-up dollar bill, the French press, and of course just shoving the grounds into your mouth and chewing on them as you rush out the door. No matter how you make it, the incomparable goodness of coffee has now been harnessed for your own selfish taste and enjoyment. Across the planet, hundreds of workers toiled day and night to harvest your coffee so it could be loaded onto a hulking ship that belched out tons of coal to bring that indulgent taste across the ocean to you. All for a marvelous 2 minutes of enjoyment. Is it worth it, Janice? Is it worth all that waste and human effort for such a fleeting moment of joy? Undoubtedly, yes. For when you add those 3 magical ingredients of water, coffee, and donkeys, you get that little bolt of energy you need no matter where you are or what time of day it is. At breakfast, it helps you start the day with warmth and tasty num-nums. At the office, you eat a second breakfast of donuts for some reason. Again, coffee is there. After lunch, you sip some more of that sweet bean tea because you just ate all those fried beef chunks and need to avoid the afternoon sleepies. A second cup? Sure, why not? In the romance of evening, coffee provides the perfect nightcap to another hellish day of personal anguish and global human suffering. And finally, in bed, you pour your last 4 cups of the day and sip them bedside before lying down for a night of fitful, thrashing slumber. As you drift off to dreamland, you can hear the rhythmic sounds of the hundreds of rats writhing within your home walls. They thump and chitter with excitement, ready to emerge and plunder your home for food and nourishment in the safety of night. Take all you wish from the kitchen, you whisper. Go ahead, fill your tiny rat tummies. Just don't touch my coffee. That's all I need. My precious, delicious coffee. Good night, and take Crayer.